Hi everyone, I'm back. Hey, I made a comment in a past post that I was going to get involved in some more of the vital job roles within the Shane Holmes group of companies. Again, because I wanted to make sure we were hiring for our culture and our future needs rather than hiring for skills. No, yeah, I know we're hiring better, but I just wanted to get back into it a bit and see. It's kind of fun, but what I was reminded of is what I look for in a successful candidate and some of the questions I might even ask. So let me say this. I know times are tough, and I know there's lots of people out there who have transferable skills. What I would have liked to have seen on some of those resumes is a cover letter with how those skills could be applied for the job being advertised for. Like, as an example, I've looked at a couple hundred resumes for one role, and they have 5, 10 years of sales experience, 5 to 10 years customer service, social media, architecture, accounting. How does this apply to the role within our company? Some advice I would say would be early for the Zoom call or arrive early for the in-person interview. You can be on your phone for a Zoom call before it's even happening. And you can't say really nowadays that you got lost getting to the interview because there's this thing called Google Maps. You can be there on time. I mean, to start, businesses have websites. You can learn a lot from that even before submitting your resume. And if you're coming in for an interview, of course, I mean, there's this other thing called Google or even social media where you can learn a lot about the company. I'm really still amazed how some people just don't do a lot of research up front. Oh, and as a side note, I don't like being called Sean in an interview. And my favorite one had to be suggesting we went to high school together when really we haven't. I mean, I'm not 35 years old, but hey, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Be authentic. Sound familiar? I want to know if you fit the culture and the values of the company. Now, I know people are nervous at times, but I'm looking for confidence in who you are. And if that's a concern, then really there are professionals out there that can teach you how to improve your interview skills, and I'd recommend that people go to them. Hey, make sure you're applying for a job you actually want. Most employers won't hire somebody if they think this is a filler job for you. I know I won't hire somebody who's just here for a job until the right one comes along. I mean, I want someone who understands our brand and our culture and is committed to our values. I'm in it for the long haul, and I want the people I hire to be that way too. Hey, don't tell me you're passionate about the job, but you don't do anything outside of work to grow yourself and your knowledge that way. I mean, one example is architecture. You're passionate about it, but you don't take time to look at architecture or explore, the softwares utilized. Hearing the weekend or the evening is my free time, I kind of question the passion. It's just a job at that point. Be prepared for some situational questions. In your last job, you may have had a conflict with another employee. Like, how did you handle it? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just, I want to understand. Dress appropriately, not over the top, but don't dress down. I just want you to be comfortable, and I want to see you as your authentic self. Like, how are you going to show up every day? Hey, be prepared with some questions for your potential employer. It's okay to ask about benefits and pay and holidays, but how about continuing education? I would hope you want to continue to grow your knowledge because I'm a big believer in learning. And you know what? It's okay to follow up when you've been interviewed. Ask when the decision will be made, but don't be a pest. Now, this is just some of my advice. There are professionals out there and websites where you can gain more knowledge. But I figured I'd share my thoughts on the subject because there's a lot of people out there looking for employment today. I know there's others reading this, so I'd be curious what advice you would give potential candidates applying for a job. I think they'd really appreciate hearing from you. Till then, take care.